Connected to iPhone and Galaxy Tab A2016.
Maybe you're with the family you got, or maybe the one you've chosen.
Culture sound.
Our holidays don't all look the same.
Am I saying well?
And maybe that
Connected to iPhone. Connected to Galaxy Tab A2016.
Yo, good morning. What's up? We in a good mood. Hey, yeah, we in a good mood. Hey, yeah, we in a good mood. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Like, yeah, we in a good mood. Like, hey, we in a good mood. Like, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Like, ooh, nothing but some good vibes. You know I'm about to get high. Know I'm about to get high. No, I ain't gotta try. Cause I'm so hot and I'm so fly, I might just touch the sky with these good vibes. Like, hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. We all in a good mood. Hey, we all in a good mood. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. We all in a good mood. We all in a good mood, and I'm in a good mood. Just had some good food. Got some good bud too, so I'm about to smoke great. Yeah, I'm about to alleviate. Yeah, all that fucking stressing, hate. So I can play another game in my studio. Bring it to your opticals, right to a visual. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good mood. Hey, we all in a good mood. Hey, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, we all in a good mood. Hey, we all in a good mood. Hey, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yo, Chris, you ain't even seen the half yet, bro. I'm about to get a better studio than this. I done outgrown this little bit of space, man. Cause I got canvases over here stacked in the corner. Canvases over there stacked in the corner. Canvases over here stacked in the corner. Canvases over there stacked in the corner. Not enough room, man. Not enough room for all this beautiful shit. It's hard to zoom in. It's not enough room, man. All this beautiful shit. It's hard to zoom in. Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We all in a good mood. We all in a good mood. Hey, we all in a good mood. We all in a good mood. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yo, Chris in a good mood. And he say that he streams too. But he watching my live view. He just came through to say, hey, what it do? And good morning, Chris, cause Chris said he's in a good mood too. So this is Buzz for you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We all in a good mood. We all in a good mood. Chris came through to say what it do. I said I got some bud, might crack a brew. He said I love you. I said, you know what, homie? Yeah, I love you too, cause ooh. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. We all in a good mood, yeah, yeah. We all in a good mood, yeah, yeah. We all in a good mood, yeah, yeah. We all in a good mood. Hey, babe. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, we all in a good mood. We all in a good mood, man. I got me some tunes and I'm really feeling good groove and I'm about to light this fucker too. Yeah, so I strike that lighter, trying to get that flame up. No, you can't blame us, cause I got up on the right side of the bed. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, we all in a good mood. Yo, Philip, what it do? Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm liking this shit. I'm about to turn this shit into a whole song. Right after I hit the bong, ayy, turn it to a whole song, ayy. Right after I hit the bong, ayy, I can turn it to a whole song, ayy. Right after I hit the bong. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yo, somebody send this shit to, this shit sound like some shit that, that J. Cole can get on. Tell J. Cole I got a concept, a good morning, his ass. Cause I'm in a good mood. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. smoking and I'm painting. I'm really contemplating. I don't feel no anguish. It's nothing but some blessings, yes. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I feel good, that's no questions, yes. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We all in a good mood, hey. We all in a good mood. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Bozy, what it dozy? I know Jay Boozy in a good mood. Yo, Rich, what's up? Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Tyrone, what's up? Good morning, good morning, good morning. We all in a good mood. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We all in a good mood. Hey, you know how we do it early in the morning? I told Tyrone I'm a prince. He said I'm a more. I said me a more. He said no, he a more. And I looked at her and I said she a more. And she looked at my art. She said I adore. And I said yeah. And that's not an eyesore because it's good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And we all in a good mood. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, we all in a good mood. I said I am a prince. He said I am a more. I said me a more. He said no, I'm a more. And looked at her. I said she's a more too. Yeah, she's a more too. But hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, we all in a good mood. Hey, hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we all in a good mood. Hey, hey, and we all in a good mood. Hey, and we all in a good mood. And my bong is packed to the brim. Hey, that bong is packed to the brim. Hey, hey, that bong is packed to the brim. Got up on the right side of the bed and I'm in a good mood. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, 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 yeah, I'm in a good mood. Hey, yeah, I'm in a good mood. Hey. I said I'm a prince. He said I'm a more. I said me a more? He said no, I'm a more. I said, oh, guess what? She a more. Hey, yo, come over to the YouTube channel, man. Hey, we over here popping on YouTube. I just try to invite everybody from Facebook and Instagram to come over to the YouTube channel, man. I start my day off like this every day. Come to the YouTube channel, man. Hit the subscribe button so y'all can catch this every morning, man. It's art and education. Art and education. Yeah. From the Trap House Entertainment. Took that shit, switched it up to art and education. Yeah. I started with that Trap House Entertainment. Then I switched that up. And now it's art and education. Every morning, we waking up, we banging. Cause I be waking and baking and painting. Woo! What's poppin'? And the YouTube channel just looks better too. Like the comment section is better. You get a bigger view of the studio. Everything just looks better on YouTube, yo. Tell him, Chris. Tell him, Boozy. Tell him, Boozy. Tell him, Boozy. Tell him, Boozy. One more time. One more time. I'ma just hit it one more time. I got some shit to do today, so I can't get too high, but I got to ease my mind. Yeah, cause my thoughts be so deep, always thinking about dying. So, to stop from crying, oh, I blow that smoking, they call it chronic, I call it dank, but yeah, no alcoholic, cause I don't drink much. When I'm by myself, I just like that bud. Yo, I puff that shit. Yeah, yeah, you know I love that mental release that I feel when I'm smoking. I'm creasing, my mind stay just bleeding. I'm leaking these words and they come out my cheeks. I mean, off of my tongue. I mean, in between my teeth, and I can't speak that shit that I really feel. Cause I just might get killed by them suckers in the whip. Cause they watching me, All my shit is tapped. If you watch me, you guilty by association. Look, homie, and that's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact. You guilty by association. Yeah, homie, and that's a fact. Cause I speak too many facts. Yo, I drop earth on that wax, and I keep this shit so real. Trying to help you build, learning some real skills. Can you kill a deer? Can you skin that? Can you make it cold? Can you live like we did back in the day before electricity? Cause one day we might lose that. They talking about going to Mars, but nukes might just set us back to the Stone Age like cavemans. I killed the beat, son!
And be sure that Red Lobster is just $15.99.
Y'all witnessed that? Everybody witnessed that? We did. We was here together, right? I just killed the beat. Don't ask me for shit else today. I don't even give a damn if I don't paint, if I don't clean up around the house. I don't give a damn if I don't do nothing. Y'all seen what I did, right? Okay. I got proof. I gotta save this stream right here. Gotta save that one.
And now Parmesan Shrimp Scampi is back.
The face of truth is open.
Oh yeah. Got some comments on the stream just now. Only stream for like 20 minutes on Facebook. Yeah, that's everybody who's reacting to the video I just did. We don't waste time. Get up in your grind. Hollering like on FaceTime.
Things are a little upside down right now.
You know what? Your commercial is upside down right now. Cause we don't like commercials. We don't like commercials. You think Gillis ain't gonna hit him with a motherfucking rhyme this one? Shit. you must be don't know my mans. You think he ain't gonna hit him with a rhyme? Hey. Smoke starting to come alive. Maybe I should have put on some deodorant. Yeah, I'll be in this little box sweating like a bitch, yo. Fuck. I smell like a man. Yo. Dilsa, good morning. Or it's evening time for you, right? I gotta put some deodorant on. So I was working on this smoke yesterday. Where is the picture? It's all the way over here. So I was working on the smoke and adding a second layer. So I kind of got most of this around here, but so he's holding the umbrella and there is smoke actually that envelops the umbrella. So you can see some here by the handle and some more over here. But yesterday in the last part of this in the session, I just stopped it at the edge of the umbrella here. And so that second layer kind of stops there. And so what I want to do is black this out again, and then see if I can start getting those tendrils of smoke underneath the umbrella. And then I'll let this layer dry, and then I'll come back with some teals and turquoise and try to lighten and get those highlights, make those smoke clouds pop out. I attempted some, but I think it'll be better if I just wait it out, let it dry, do another layer, let it dry, do another layer. The smoke on this one probably take about at least 2 more layers. I'm feeling like maybe 2 more layers before I can get it to look as dynamic as this. And so we'll see. I hope it only takes 2 layers. The first one I was working on, that smoke came out pretty good, but it's bigger tendrils and you're closer, so your eye is closer to the smoke. So it looks different and it's easier to fill out some of these. So that one looks really good. And that's only 2 layers of paint. So I can imagine what I'll be able to accomplish with the 3rd layer of paint. I might be able to actually finish that piece with just 1 more layer of paint added to it. But like I say, this piece right here on the canvas, it probably takes, I don't know, that smoke might take 2 more layers of paint by itself at least. And the figure himself is going to need 1 more layer of complete paint to really bring out some of the fabric. His jacket is, or his vest is actually pinstriped. So I could keep it a solid gray like that and not really lose too much, but I probably do just pinstripe those lines in there just to, you know, give it that detail, the realistic quality, and try to, you know, stay as true to the photograph as I can. So yeah, what we're going to be working on here shortly is smoke. You know I like smoke. Phone? No, phone. What did I do? Holy shit. How do I cancel this shit? What the fuck? What is this? Yo, I fucking... Alright, that's what it was. I almost dropped the phone and pressed some shit, and that shit doing all extra effects and whatnot. I don't know what the hell that shit was. Alright. Jason said he had to haul ass. You probably going to work. Bozy, your ass probably, you work at night. Were you just getting off work? Who else up in here? Chris, Bozy, Jason. We got a couple other people. Motherfuckers ain't saying shit though. So I got a show tonight, right? For First Friday, and it's just a 1 day event at the at our local cultural center. So I'm supposed to take some art out there in a couple hours, actually. What time is it? Oh, shit. I got to drop my art off at 11 o'clock this morning. They're going to be getting everything set up all day and go back out there 6 o'clock tonight. And this is the first event of this type that this young lady has put together. Where I live at, the demographics is really outnumbered to one side. Yo, what up? Yo, father, 93. Yo, where I live at, it's like it's 87, 84, it's 84.7 or 87.4% Caucasian, and it's like 5.2% African American or some shit. So basically, this is like the whitest place I've ever lived. Like, really. It's really white. And so this event that's taking place this evening is called I think it's just called the Black Scranton Art Project, or the Black Scranton Project. And it's trying to find all the creative people of color and African Americans in the community to come together and display our art and stuff. And it's like I'm kind of ingrained into the, you know, the art venues around here. Like wherever I go, I always push my art like as hard as I can, and so people know me. And at the main gallery in town, the main gallery that's been established the longest, it's been here the longest. In its 30 years, I'm the only African American male to ever have a solo show at the gallery. And that just says, you know, there's not a really available venue for, you know, African Americans to show their fucking art, to show their talent, to show their skills. And and I've been contemplating that the whole time I've lived in this area. Is like, where are all the other black artists? It's so fucking weird. Like, when I go to the galleries, I'm like the only black dude. Like, especially showing art, you know. And it's weird because I have to invite people I know, just so sometimes I'm not the only black person at the gallery. So I've always wondered, like, where is everyone else at? Like, where I'm from, like, I know tons of great black artists, and they're awesome. It's like, but here it's just like the population is just so, is, you know, over outnumbered to one side, where it is kind of hard to find creative African Americans who are actively producing works of art, whatever it be, photography, documentary, videography, music, dance, visual arts. It's not a lot of people. And so this event is the Black Scranton Project. Uh, and I was just invited to it. I didn't have anything to do with the organization or the putting together of any of this. So someone came to me with an invitation and said, "Hey, do you want to show some art at this event?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah," because I always want to show art at any event. and and so I think it's the name should speak for itself, but I think it's a really good thing. Just try. Hey, yo, hey guys, Creative Soul Photography. Oh my God, how's it going? I am going to show the. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I am going to show these paintings for the first time this evening, and these paintings are based on Creative Soul's work, and they are super amazing photographers, a husband and wife couple. Oh my God. And so this, ever since I've finished this piece, it has not left the house yet. It's been all over social media, but it has not left the house. So today will be the first time this piece actually leaves the house. And like I said, this is from a photo from Creative Soul Photography, and they allowed me to use some of their photographs as reference sources for these paintings, and they agreed that I could do 3. I had to beg. I begged so bad, like, please, please, because their stuff is so beautiful, and it's so detailed and so complicated, and that's what I like about it. I don't have access to as many models as they do, and I'm not as good as a photographer by any means. I'm not a professional photographer. So when I see stuff like this, it just compels me to want to recreate it in my own style with my oils. And so I talked to them for a while, and they were kind of hesitant, but then they agreed to it, and we came up with a nice agreement, and I really appreciate it, guys. And so tonight for the Black Scranton Project, this piece will be on display for the first time. Like I said, it has not left the house yet. This piece has left the house one time for about 3 hours. I did a live painting tutorial at a local botanical tea bar, and while I was working on the painting, I brought this with me and put it on display so people can see a finished painting and not just a painting that I started from the beginning. And this painting right here has been getting a lot of recognition, and once again, this piece is from a photograph which was captured by Creative Soul Photography. They're a husband and wife couple based out of Atlanta, So if you don't follow them on Instagram, I would definitely advise you to follow them on Instagram. And when you look at their page, you'll be like, oh, I've seen that, and I've seen that, because everybody shares their stuff. Their stuff has been in, they've been interviewed by Fox News. They're in Vogue and Vibe and in every magazine that you can think of. And their stuff it's amazing, the compositions they put together. So these two pieces will be on display tonight, as well as two other pieces. And so we agreed on allowing me to do 3 of their photographs. So I've done 2 so far, and I haven't decided the third one yet, because like I said, all of their stuff is so awesome, and you look through it, it's like, oh my god, every photograph is beautiful. Like it's too amazing what they do. But in the next few months, I want to work on the third and final piece from their collection, and I'll have a really big show next year in May, and I'll probably display all 3 of these together in May, but that including the third one that I will do, because this event here is just a one day event, and that's why I'm kind of not so hesitant to put it in there, because I know a good crowd of people should see it, but for my solo show, I'll have gallery space for an entire month, so that'll be even more awesome. And I definitely want some of my more elaborate and detailed pieces to be on display for that month, because you'll get way more foot traffic in the gallery in 30 days than you will in just one evening. So that's why I say, like, this, right? I feel like I've just been given like little sneak previews of these pieces. Yeah, I have well, not my hometown, but where I live at currently. I'm from South Carolina, but I live in Pennsylvania. So there's nothing hometown about where I'm at, but the city that I currently live in, yeah, I have a show there in May, and this will be my second time. Like I say, I'm the only black dude who's had a solo show at this gallery ever, and that was September 2013. So now 5 years later, I get a shot at another solo show, but things are a little different this time around. The first time around, the gallery is a really big building. It's a 2-story building, and we've always had access to both floors. So when it was time for individuals to have solo shows, there was several different ways you can do it and give everybody a lot of space. And so when I had my solo show, they gave me the entire wall space for the first floor. So as soon as you came in the gallery, like, all the wall space was mine for a month. And there was another artist showing on the first floor with me, but she was doing ceramics, and so she had pedestals set around the floor with her pottery and ceramic stuff on it, and it was a pretty good show. But this year, somebody else bought the building, so there's a new owner, and he's taking the second floor away from the gallery, and the gallery will no longer have access to the second floor for any kind of events or venues. And so now, and having 2 or 3 artists have solo shows at the same gallery was possible, because you can have a painter downstairs. The upstairs is big enough for 2 painters to have a wall space up there, and then pottery or whatever, so everybody can have nice big displays of their work. But now that we're losing the second floor, we want to have 2 artists show every month, but we're going to have to share the first floor now. And so it's kind of a co-show with me and another artist from New York who's going to come down. And so we're going to have to share the wall space on the first floor. My first show, I hung maybe like 27 pieces. And so this time I can probably hang like 10 or 12 pieces. Maybe I would say 15, but my canvases have gotten larger in the last 5 years. And on average, I'll do this size right here. And back in the day, this was like, I considered this to be big for me. But now this is kind of like a medium size. And my 48 by 36 are like my average size now. Like when I get a really good picture, I'm putting that shit on a 48 by 36 with no problem. But oh yeah, PA. What state you in? Cause where I'm at, yo, I'm on the New York border and shit. Like it's crazy how big PA is, yo. Cause if you live by Pittsburgh, man, you close to Ohio, dude. You know what I'm saying? But where I live at, I can get everywhere in 2 hours. I can be in New Jersey in 2 hours. I can be in Philadelphia in 2 hours. I can be in New York in 2 hours. Matter of fact, I have to go through Jersey to get to New York. Like where I live at, like you gotta go through Jersey to get to New York. It's weird as shit. But then there's a part of New York where if I go like to get to Manhattan and all that shit, I gotta kind of go southeast. But if I go northeast, I can get to like Binghamton, New York in 45 minutes. Like from where I'm at right now, I could be in New York in 45 minutes, yo, in Binghamton. That shit is crazy. But I that's why I kind of like living where I live at, because it's not too far of a trip to get to the big cities. You know what I'm saying? It's not too far of a trip to get to the big cities. Okay. Yeah. That shit is I still want to go back further down south though. Screw that. I gotta watch the time too. I gotta leave the house at like 10:30. That means I need to start painting now, and so I can get something done this morning. DMV. The fuck is that? What is that? Oh yeah. Shit, I got a Virginia phone number. I live in I lived in Northern Virginia right before I came here. Like I live right around fucking Quantico, Triangle, you know what I'm saying, Crystal City. Like I live right around that area, Northern. They call it Nova, I guess. That's why I don't understand what all these shits be meaning sometimes. Like Napa, that's where I'm at now, Napa, Northeast Pennsylvania, and so I was living in Nova, like Northern Virginia, and then like you say DMV. What the fuck is that? Oh, DC, Maryland, Virginia, yeah, tri-state. But yeah, I live right there, man, right off of Route 1 in Stafford, Virginia, for a couple years, yo. I lived there right before I came here. Like I said, I still got a VA phone number, and it's weird because the area codes be fucking motherfuckers up. Like where I live at now, the area code is 570. I mean, yeah, 570, and my area code for my phone number is 540. So when I tell motherfuckers my phone number, they just assume I said the wrong number, and then they put a 7 instead of a 4, and it's like, no, I said the right number. 540. You mean 570? No, not 570. It's not a PA number, yo. And I tell motherfuckers my number, yo, and they oh, I tried to call you, it's the wrong number. Did you dial 540? Oh, I didn't do that. It be like, yeah, cause motherfuckers be tripping, yo. That shit be fucking motherfuckers up. What the fuck kind of number is that? It's Virginia, bitch. Why don't you change it? Because the shit is on my business cards. That's why. I need this number. For financial purposes. Alright, guys. I am currently live on YouTube. If you guys are going to stick around for a little bit longer, if y'all got like 10 minutes to chill or whatever, go to the link in the bio, click on the YouTube channel. It looks better on YouTube anyway, honestly. The comments are to the side and not in front of the screen. So all your comments are placed, we're live on air. So all your comments are placed over here. You can see how many people are viewing. You can see how many comments have been made. And with the PlayStation camera, like the camera big as hell. So you get a wider view of the studio. The lighting is better, the sound is better. You can read all my little pop-ups at the bottom of the screen. Shit is dope. So we're gonna sit around and chill for a little bit longer. Yo, appreciate y'all coming into the Instagram and checking me out. We're gonna be in here fucking around with this smoke. Trying to make this smoke look real on this paint right here. And I'll get with y'all next time. Yo, peace. Ouch. Ooh. I'm a I got a lot of fucking messages, yo. Word. That's crazy. Today's Prodigy's birthday. Yo, Metal Gear. Snake. Snake. Snake! Yo, my homie just had a baby. Well, his girl just had a baby. He didn't have it. Men don't have to go through that part. But they want me to do a portrait of the newborn. Isn't that so cute? That is the cutest thing. That is so cute. Hey. They want me to do a portrait of the baby. Boy, that's why I be having to check my messages, man, and reply to these commission requests as fast as I can. Gotta reply to these commission requests.
Considering Honda HR-V,
Considering I don't like listening to commercials, we're just gonna skip right over that. I just got 2 commission requests, like back to back. That's Brian, no lie. What they say? When your palms start itching, you gotta get some money, bruh.
Connected to iPhone. Connected to Galaxy Tab A2016.
Daniel Bermúdez y el presidente de la Federación de Rusia, Vladimir Putin, firman la declaración conjunta sobre enfoques comunes en asuntos internacionales.
Oh damn! What? Wait a minute. How do I get back to it? Oh my god! Yo, RTTV got what? They got Putin and Cuba.
I'm in control of my money. One day you'll shout that. Till that day, there's Spin by
Tell me if this sounds familiar, my Hawk Watchers. You get home from a long day's work, you flip on your favorite network reality show, and then as the show goes to break, it comes on. Crawling out of your television from a dark place located somewhere in the sliver of madness between K Street and Cthulhu. I'm speaking, of course, of the ubiquitous election season political ad. You know, the ones with the overly dramatic music and $2 graphics package and the dramatic...
I don't know how I lost that story that fast. Putin and Cuba's new president,
President of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin,
speak in Moscow.
President of Cuba, Miguel Diaz-Canel Bermudez, are signing a joint statement on joint approaches to international affairs.
Ooh, what? Wait a minute. Ain't that what the whole Cuban Missile Crisis was about? See, I ain't old enough to remember, like, all that shit firsthand. I done studied some of that shit, man. Yo, the Cuban Missile Crisis. Yo, see, cause Cuba helped end apartheid too in South Africa. And the boy said he was gonna make a deal with was it Khrushchev? Not Khrushchev. It might have been Khrushchev, ain't it? Nikita? Anyway, yo, one of them Russian motherfuckers was trying to get the missiles, trying to get a missile base in Cuba so they'll be within striking distance of America with the old tech they had back in the day. So that I guess that was the Cuban Missile Crisis and all that shit with Cuba and Russia and America, all that Cold War shit, yo. But this shit about to start up again. Yo, Russia and the Cuban president doing what now? They signing some
President of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin, and President of Cuba, Miguel Diaz-Canel Bermudez, are signing a joint statement on joint approaches to international affairs.
Oh, shit.
Como resultado de las conversaciones bilaterales
You know what that mean?
ruso-cubanas, el presidente de
That mean they
los
about
consejos
to
de
fuck
Estado y
America
Ministros
up.
de la República de Cuba,
Some
Miguel
joint
Díaz-Canel
fairs.
Bermúdez,
That mean we need to
presidente
join
de la
forces
Federación de Rusia,
and fuck
Vladimir
up America.
Putin, firman la declaración conjunta sobre enfoques comunes en asuntos internacionales.
Yeah, that's the one thing about Russia too, yo. Russia the only white country that don't really like white people. Yo, Russia don't fuck with no other white people like that, for real, for real. You know, Russia be fucking with the Chinese because they Asians, basically. They live in... Russia's part of Asia. You know what I'm saying? They call it Eurasia, but you Asian. You on the continent of Asia. There really isn't a European continent. Like that whole fucking landmass is one land. It's one piece of land. How you gonna say, oh well, that side of the land is called this? And no, the whole thing is Asia. But Russia don't give a fuck, man. Russia be fucking with the Asians, the Arabs. Nah, he over there with. Yeah. Yo, motherfucking Putin is not playing with these bitches, yo. Bruh, I really ain't got time to do shit, man. I sat here and talked all morning. I said I have to be somewhere at 11. I need to get dressed at 10 and start packing my shit up and get the shit out the house by 10:30 so I can be there at 11. Oh, they done signed them papers. They shaking hands. Oh my God.
The ceremony of the signing of the documents is now over. We will now proceed to the statements of the two leaders to the media.
What y'all got to say?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are happy to welcome here today the President of the Council of State and President of the Council of Ministers of Cuba, Miguel Diaz-Canel. I'd like to know that this is his first visit to Russia after he became President of Cuba. We've had detailed talks, including the key ministers of our two states. We have discussed the whole complex of bilateral issues. We have discussed relevant issues of the regional and the international agendas. The atmosphere of the meeting was very friendly, businesslike and constructive. This is what defines the Russia-Cuban dialogue. Our two countries are historically tied by friendship, solidarity and support. In the joint statement we have signed moments ago, we underlined the key strategic partnership between our two countries. We focused a lot on economic cooperation. I'd like to note that following the results of 2017, bilateral trade of our two countries have increased by 17%. Of course, this, in terms of actual figures, it's not a lot as of this moment, but we know what to do in the future and how to move forward. This is why we've had...
Yo, how do you destroy an empire? Financially, from within. Yo, these motherfuckers are fucked up, yo. Everybody else they about to starve America out. All this globalization and all this shit, man. America thought they about to be the goddamn big dogs in this shit. Yo, these countries about to starve America out, yo. Watch. We don't make shit no more. All our products about to come even more and more expensive because we gonna have to import all our shit. We don't make shit. And all these other countries, they don't have their own trade agreements. China's rebuilding the Silk Road, so they gonna have all their goods flowing in the goddamn Russia, Uzbekistan, and France, and Germany, and all that shit. Easy. Man, watch, man. The next 20 years, bro, this shit gonna be fucking crazy. Next 20 years gonna be crazy.
A commission of the Russian-Cuban, a meeting of the Russian-Cuban Commission on Trade, Economic, Scientific and Technical Cooperation. We have positive experience in cooperation in terms of trade and energy, deliveries of hydrocarbons from Russia to Cuba guarantee Cuba's energy security. In the Cuban territory, we have Russian companies, energy company operating, such as Rosneft, which is modernizing refineries of Cuba. Zarubezhneft is developing new oil fields. Interal is creating 4 new energy units at the Cuban nuclear power plant. We have industrial cooperation too, with the participation of Russian companies. There is, we see modernization of Cuban plants and factories, nickel plants and other factories. We have started producing new medical production. We have also discussed the modernization of the Cuban train system, railroad system, which will allow Cuba to improve this infrastructure. We have discussed the implementation of the GLONASS system in Cuba, which will give Cuba new opportunities in terms of satellite communication and other technologies. Russian business is ready to take part in the active program of Cuban modernization of Cuban infrastructure. We're going to discuss major projects with our leading entrepreneurs. We have also focused on joint humanitarian projects, such as creating a department of the Russian Museum on Cuba, where Russian culture and Russian language will be accessible to the Cuban people. Russia is also helping Cuba to restore the capital in Havana. We are also planning to help Cuba prepare for the 500-year anniversary of Havana, which will be in the next year. We are helping Cuba to prepare new specialists in various areas. I'd like to remind you that about 30,000 Cuban nationals have received education in Russia. And currently there are 250 Cuban nationals currently studying in Russia. Cuba has always been a very popular tourist destination for Russians. Last year, over 100,000 Russians visited Cuba. In December, a new agreement on simplified entry to our country will be agreed upon, and we will also improve our visa system. We have seen in our negotiations, in our talks, that we share a lot of views on many international issues, and we would like to coordinate our steps in the international arena. Russia and Cuba have always stood for international law, as written down in the UN Charter, including the respect for national sovereignty and the interests of all states. We believe it is inadmissible to use force, to use unilateral sanctions, and intervene in domestic affairs of other countries. We have agreed with our Cuban friends to fight against transnational organized crime, including in the cyberspace. We have agreed to fight illegal drug trafficking and other modern challenges and threats. Our Cuban friends share Russia's intention to improve dialogue with international agencies and organizations of Latin America and the Caribbean Basin, and they will help us in this area. In conclusion, I'd like to thank Mr. Diaz-Canel and all of our Cuban friends and colleagues for this detailed and productive conversation. I'm convinced that the progress we've reached today will help us further improve Russian-Cuban friendship. Thank you.
Estimado presidente Vladimir Putin, miembros de las delegaciones rusa y cubana de estas
Mr. Putin, Cuban, Russian delegates, representatives of mass media accredited in Russia. This visit is of a high symbolic importance for Cuba. I would like to stress that we
está presente también la continuidad y el fortalecimiento permanente
we want the Cuban Revolution to be promoted. And we try to reinforce relations between Cuba and the Russian Federation, following the steps of Raúl Castro. And this is an important thing that for me to account for the importance of this visit to Moscow. Yesterday, when we arrived in Moscow, Russia was the first country, and the Russian people is the first people that has extended huge support to the Cuban people and the Cuban Revolution. And the UN support also adds to the importance of this visit. I have conducted very fruitful negotiations with Mr. Putin, which strengthened relations between Russia and Cuba. We reiterated Mr. Putin's visit to Havana, where I received him at the airport, and the negotiations between our countries have been deepened and strengthened since then. And there is a good foundation for our countries to promote cooperation. And we are cooperating in international security arena and as part of international global organizations. I am against the economic blockade that undermines the economy of my country, and I am I want to promote projects in transport, metallurgy, and economy. And it's an important part of our cooperation with Russia. And I'm very grateful to Mr. Putin since this very beginning of my mandate as head of the Cuban government. And we're going to promote social development projects up to 2013 with support from Russia. We highly esteem and are proud to be a friend of Russia, and we want to strengthen the foundations for our mutual cooperation with Russia. We have signed declarations and a number raft of documents for that purpose. Mr. Putin has stressed his intention to promote our mutual relations, and I told Mr. Putin that the people of Cuba and the government of Cuba are happy to welcome Mr. Putin in Cuba to mark the 5-year anniversary.
Is it me? This bitch need to get a different job instead of translating, cause she ain't giving a proper translation. I don't speak Cuban. But obviously she barely speaks Cuban. Cause yo, in his first few sentences, he said "jefe." I know that shit means boss. El jefe is the boss, and she never said anything about the boss or president or anything sounding as one in charge. It's weird as shit. Like, bitch, I can understand some of the shit he's saying. You a poor translator.
Of his presidency in 2014. Thank you.
Huh? If it said 2014.
like the way my mask vibrates when I hum. That's funny.
Плановый срок сдачи
Значит, объект планируется к сдаче в комиссии в июле.
В июле и планировалось в июле? Или есть какая-то сдвижка по срокам сдачи?
Я думаю, что госкорпорацию нет смысла спрятать.
Нет, реально. Да я отвечу, это первоначальный срок в 2009 году, который был запланирован, это июнь 2011 года.
Июнь 2011, да. Сегодня, значит, прошел июнь 2012, сейчас у нас февраль 2013.
Да.
Какая гарантия какие, что когда вы сказали, в июле?
В июле 100% строительной готовности, в сентябре 2013 года акт ввода в эксплуатацию. Можно работать еще.
То есть задержка с окончательным вводом на 2 с лишним года.
Да. 2 года.
А с чем это связано?
Связано с исполнением предыдущими исполнителями. Когда предыдущий исполнитель, собственник Краснополяна, Краснодевичьего государства, то же самое.
А кто это?
Был товарищ Белоров.
Ну, товарищ Белоров, он чем сейчас занимается?
Сейчас курортным сервисом Катара.
Ну, это зачем еще?
Не знаю больше.
Где он с Белоров работает? Вице-президент Олимпийского комитета. У нас вице-президент. И вице-президент Олимпийского комитета страны занимается вот такой стройкой. И так сказать.
Своя компания какая-то строительная.
Удорожание объекта есть у него?
Да, удорожание тоже есть серьезно, но оно, поскольку строится за счет собственных средств, в данном случае...
Собственных средств кого?
Собственных средств Красной Поляны и заемных.
Motherfucker, they want no beef with Putin, man.
I have seen live extraterrestrials face to face. In these compartmentalized programs, I've seen over 3,000 of these things.
We have extraterrestrials here on the planet that are not just living in caverns. They have cities there.
Let's do an autopsy and let's get some DNA.
How people are attached to that. You know, that they immediately think that this is something to mock and make fun of. You know, I mean, it was almost universal. So many people were doing stories on that guy bagging groceries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's the age we live in, man. People want to see people break. If anybody's doing anything, there's a chance. They're just waiting. People are so mad. Look, if Megyn Kelly, if we didn't know what her contract was, right? If it was just in fact, let's say we did know, and let's say she was getting paid barely what we would ever guess, right? Let's say she's getting paid, I don't know, $100,000 a year at her new job at NBC. She'd probably still have the job, right? I mean, it's the whole crazy part is that we all know she got paid $68 million for 3 years for what? Right? That's the whole take. So it's like, let's get, what
get her.
People are watching. Like, what'd you just say about Halloween costumes?
That's it. We got her. We got her. Yeah. Did you ever hear it? Play it. Megyn Kelly shit.
What do you guys have, like a button?
No, I don't know which comment, like the apology or the original?
No, the apology was hilarious. This woman said that, some woman from Australia said that it seems like a hostage video. The only thing that's missing is her holding up a newspaper with a date on it. I retweeted it, I'm like, it so does. And then somebody else said, well, there's one of the things about it that's so strange is how insincere it seems, like forced, like it's from a forced her.
It's her apology.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The apology seems forced.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen that.
But forget the apology. Let's play the actual video.
It's actually, if I remember correctly, it's 2 comments. She makes one and then they come back.
Really?
It's like the second comment, I think, was the one.
Really?
Was the issue. Yeah.
What was the first comment?
I don't remember.
Oh, I don't saw.
There was a controversy on The Real Housewives of New York with Luann, and she dressed as Diana Ross, and she made her skin look darker than it really is, and people said that was racist. And I don't know, I thought, like, who doesn't love Diana Ross? She wants to look like Diana Ross for one day. I don't know how, like, that got racist on Halloween.
appeared to be.
See, that's the first one.
Is it? But it's weird when you watch it now. Like, you know, this is her demise. Like, you're watching the stumble when she trips off the rock and falls off the cliff. This is the stumble. Like, I don't get it. How is that racist to want to be Diana Ross? Then play it again.
Halloween. Like, back when I was a kid, that was okay as long as you were dressing up as like a character.
And that.
This is some guy's commentary from Wall Street Journal.
That was a wrap. My favorite one of hers that she ever said. My favorite one of hers that she. We're good. Yeah. My favorite one of hers she ever said was they were doing this thing on Fox News about Santa Claus, and someone had something about Santa Claus being
black. Yeah, she was like, Santa Claus is white. It's a fact.
And she just went, well, Santa Claus is definitely white. And she was like, I think she said it to kids, like, kids, Santa Claus is definitely right. Or, kids, Santa Claus is real, and he's definitely white. Like, I forget what the exact terminology was, but she basically said Santa Claus is definitely white. Like, Santa Claus isn't fucking real. Okay, it's like saying Spider-Man's definitely white.
She didn't get fired from Fox for saying that. She probably got a raise for saying that, right?
Yeah, they licked her toes.
Whole different thing at Fox.
Well, it was then. They don't want her now.
Yeah.
She wanted to go back. They're like, nah, we're good. Yeah, they wouldn't even take her back.
But they gave
the thing is, you can't go from being an ice princess on a conservative right-wing channel to being like Oprah. Well, she's trying to be like Oprah.
Yeah, I'll never really get what NBC was thinking there.
They were thinking, cha-ching!
Yeah.
Get that paper!
They were thinking those people were just going to come over?
Yeah, that's exactly what they thought. They thought she has a giant fan base. But she had a fan base, for sure. Some came over. But a lot of her fan base was because she was the beautiful conservative woman who was very tough, very articulate, very smart, you know, and they liked that. She was an ice princess. Mm-hmm. And she would shut people down if they were incorrect, and she wouldn't let people talk over her. She was powerful, kind of frightening in a hot way. Ooh.
Yeah.
Woo!
Fox News has a bunch of those chicks just waiting in the helms.
You know what they're like? They're like that closet Ex Machina when the dude opens it up and sees all these robots with different skin and faces. And they have so many of them.
Just teleprompters ready to roll big letters that they can read it clearly.
We'll tell you what you like.
Yeah.
They're making a movie, and these three are the anchors for Fox News. Margot Robbie, Nicole Kidman,
and Megan
Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind being on the other end of that porta potty.
How dare you? See, you could get fired for that. Imagine if you were on a show and you said that. That would be the end. Like that. This is a beautiful thing about podcasts.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck that you said that. It has zero consequences. But like, let's pretend that you were on the Tonight Show and you were a guest. And you're like, I like being in the end of that porta potty. People be like, oh, did he really? Did he really? That woman was just trying to go to the restroom. You think that's funny?
They need to cut Social Security and Medicare. Why? Because Lou Barletta voted for the tax plan that added $1.9 trillion to the debt. And now we're stuck with...
I saw a fucking security guard in Calgary as we were going in and already tripping and trying to smuggle these mushrooms in there. And this guy goes, hey, man, happy Shroom Fest. And I was like, okay, you're being cool about it. Like, you know about it and you're letting me go. Like, thank you very much, security officer.
Guard knew about shrooms.
This was like a cop. One of those that they hire there. Calgary was fun.
Calgary's great.
Uh-huh.
Great city.
Yeah, doing that. Doing the edibles. I remember Alex Jones being there once and Diaz giving him a cookie. And
That's right.
He goes, hey,
Vegas.
this cookie. Yeah, and Alex Jones like, what's in the cookie? And Diaz goes, eat the fucking cookie. Like what kind of stupid question is that? You know what's in there.
We went to eat with him afterwards. He was barbecued. He was so much more reasonable back then. He's a different guy.
I never understood how they made him from crazy conspiracy theorist to alt-rightist. I didn't get the connection there.
Well, that connection happened when he became united with, like, Alex Jones became united with Donald Trump, right? Because he was a big part of Donald Trump in the campaign days.
In what way?
Donald Trump would call in. He would call into InfoWars. And he knew that Alex Jones had a big base, and Alex Jones would help him get elected. Donald Trump It's very clever in who he aligns himself with. Like when you see him standing there listening to Kanye West, while Kanye West is ranting and saying all this crazy fucking schizo nonsense, and he's like this, that's a smart cookie. Like, he's very smart in when he calls bullshit and when he doesn't call bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
To call bullshit.
Yeah, it's like, imagine if Kanye West was debating him and they were doing a presidential debate and Kanye was talking like that. He'd be like, what the fuck is this guy saying?
Exactly.
What are you saying?
I think you're giving up for me, so I'll let you talk.
Yeah. He's... You know,
I just don't get how Alex Jones went to that, though, besides that. So that's what it was? Because he would have them on a bunch?
Well, you know, also, alt-right wasn't a thing back then. You got to realize when Alex came with us to the fights, there was no alt-right.
But he was more like lizard people, or like, oh, it's a fucking government conspiracy.
Yeah, he was all about...
Don't get him started on 9/11. It's like
he was all about certain conspiracies.
I remember we were in Austin once when there was a shooting at an army base.
We were there right with him when the thing happened. We were at a bar. Remember that?
And he goes, I guarantee you, they're not taking that guy alive. I guarantee they won't let him talk. And then an hour later, like, they got him alive. They shot him in the leg and they got him alive. He goes, yeah, of course they got him alive because they want him to be a fucking martyr for this thing. And it's like, or whatever.
I don't want him to be a martyr, right?
Yeah, and it's like, no matter what, he's just, I'm spinning this to conspiracy. And then I just...
That business is a tricky business,
I just don't... How they said, like, no, you got to be off the air now. It's like, what?
Well, that's where it's fucked up.
Just a lizard person guy.
Well, it's not, though, because, like, people were concerned that you're giving out bad information, right? And they're concerned about it. But then with Alex, what came out was the Sandy Hook thing. The Sandy Hook denial thing was when...
Again, conspiracy. I don't get why that's...
Right, but it was a conspiracy involving children being murdered and their parents being actors. And that everyone was like some sort of a crisis actor, and they were hired by the government to take away people's guns. This is the most radical version of
I understand, and I understand that's wrong and crazy. Where do you get from there to you can't be allowed to say these you've been saying these made up things before,
right?
You're saying it still.
Well,
I don't get why it's a hate monger.
You got a really good argument, but here's the argument. The argument is, what is Facebook? What is Twitter? What is YouTube? Are they private companies, which they most certainly are, or even more so? Are they utilities? Is it like the electricity? Is it like a phone? Like, what should you be allowed to tell someone they can't use it?
Like, I wonder if Jack said, hey, I'm shutting down Twitter. If the government's like, we're opening it back up again.
Right. Or is it like NBC? Because if NBC is a private company and Ari Shaffir says, hey, the lizard people are eating kids and that's who runs 60 Minutes, and they say, no, Ari, you're fired. Like, Roseanne made one fucking bad Ambien joke and they canceled her. And they kicked her off of
They were looking to get rid of her for any other reason. They weren't.
They weren't.
That's not true.
Why do you say that? The show was a huge hit.
Because of the outrage over the first season when she was like, she supports Trump.
Yeah, but
I
the
talked to
show
Morgan about it.
Was a giant hit.
But they were looking to get rid of her. This whole group was already saying, we want you out, we're looking for an excuse. Kind of like when they got rid of you at the Comedy Store over filming, when it was like, come on, they already wanted to get rid of you.
Well...
And then they found an excuse to get it done.
That's a tricky argument.
They wanted her out so bad.
I don't think they wanted her out. I think they wanted to minimize her.
The left hated her.
That's true. But she was telling me how they were changing the way they were writing things, and they weren't including her in the process, where she was very much included in the process during the first season. When they were writing for the second season, they were basically excluding her from the process of premises and the way they were writing the show.
I mean, I read all the outrage about early on. It's like, you're a Trump supporter. And I saw someone like Ray Sani, some young female comedian, going like, when Silverman was like, hey, watch my friend's show, Roseanne, she's great show. She goes, oh, this is the bitch I gotta be fake with at a party and kiss her on the cheek, pretend I'm cool with her. And it's like, what is all this outrage over this pro-Trump thing? And I'm like, let me go watch it. And my friend, Jewish female leftist Morgan Murphy, who wrote it, I talked to her later about it, but I finally watched it, and there's 12 characters in the show. 10 of them don't talk about who they voted for at all. One of them is pro-Trump, one of them is anti-Trump. There's also a little trans kid on there. And that's it. Just one pro-Trump, one anti-Trump. And the outrage that I saw was almost like, I don't think you guys could have possibly watched this episode. I think you're all reading headlines about stories. And that's what I talked to Morgan about. I'm like, it doesn't seem like it could have come from the actual facts.
Yeah. There's a...
All right, guys. I have to be somewhere at 11, and I actually have never been there before, so I'm going to have to GPS my way there, which is quicker than the map, but it's not as quick as if you already know where you're going. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop off 4 paintings for a show tonight. So I must collect this piece. Oh yeah. This is coming with me. And this is coming with me. And I have one more piece that's downstairs, and I have one piece that's in the basement that I varnished yesterday. It was the last piece I did for the Reader series. The piece is entitled Dr. Amos Wilson. So hopefully that varnish is good and dry and it isn't still smelling too bad. Because if it is, I could care less. It's still getting shown today. So let me turn off the studio. Bluetooth speaker is off. Shut down my YouTube chat stream and power off the laptop. Perfect. Put my phone back to normal settings. Perfect. And I appreciate everybody chilling in here for a little while with me this morning. We did get a good bit done on this piece. Working our way through the smoke, adding the first layer of blue smoke in there. I'm going to come back and detail that some more and keep building up that smoke till it looks as realistic as I can get it. I say I would have continued painting, but I do have to run this errand. So there's a good chance I'll be back in here in a couple hours to paint some more. If not, you can probably catch me streaming some Red Dead Redemption 2, because that video game crack. And if this is your first time in a stream, welcome. Appreciate you coming in. If you're on PlayStation, definitely follow me on PlayStation Network. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. And I'll get with you guys next time. Peace.